morning, viewers. Welcome to DDM Morning Show. I'm Tochukwu Raphael, joined by Ibrahim Omawase and Ako Christian Oche, convener Due Process Integrity Vanguard. Glad to see you again on the program. Ibrahim and Christian.
Good morning, Mr. Tochukwu Raphael. Good morning, Nigerians.
All right. Today's morning show highlights four critical stories. First, the independent INEC has offered elections. Next, we tackle the nation's persistent power challenges as the national grid collapses yet again. Now, who is responsible and what can be done to restore stability? Next, we explore global inspirations with Nepal's People's Power Rebellion and discuss what crucial lessons Nigeria can draw from this vibrant uprising. And finally, we will delve into the tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk, a conservative activist whose forced demise has sparked political debates in the United States. Stay with us. You're watching DDM Morning Show. All right, let's start with the first topic. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has officially recognized former Senate President Senator David Mark as national chairman of the African Democratic Congress, ending months of leadership disputes. Officers such as former Osun State Governor Rauf Aregbesola as National Secretary, Dr. Ibrahim Ahmed Mani as National Treasurer, Akibu Dawhatu as National Financial Secretary, and the party's national headquarters is located in Abuja. The ceremony in Abuja, following the resignation of the party's former Raf Mosu, strategically ahead of the 2027 general elections, with David Mark bringing decades of experience and credibility from his long political career. The formal recognition by INEC puts to rest internal wrangling, including challenges from some party members like Nafiu Bala and Dumebi Kachipo, who had respectively and accused the party with official nod to Mark's leadership clears the way for the ADC to proceed with nationwide mobilization and reconciliation efforts as it works to grow its influence and provide a viable opposition platform in Nigerian politics. The ADC coalition continues to attract prominent opposition figures, signaling a unified front in preparation for the 2027 elections. The recognition reinforces the Commission's role in ensuring political stability through formal validation of party leadership, which is crucial for democratic processes and electoral integrity. To explore these key developments, we are being joined by Comrade Patrick Obianyo, the ADC chairman in Anambra State. Comrade, you're welcome to DDM Morning Show.
Thank you for having me, Tochukwu. Thank you for having me, Tochukwu.
All right.
Program.
All right. This is a major development, especially as political parties are preparing for the next election. So tell me, what is the implication of the INEC's official recognition of the David Mark-led faction?
Actually, what came out from INEC, I must say, is great. It actually marks the beginning, as it were, of the coalition in essence. Talking about faction, we at the ADC never feel we have any faction. We just saw the actions of Dumebi and the host of others are just people that are only trying to distract the formidable force that is, building up against the governance, the bad governance of APC. And of course, we do know that the coalition is actually very formidable. It's a matter of fact, it's a movement. And with the approval of INEC and adopting the leadership of the current leadership of ADC at the national level, I mean, it marks a great blessing for the party. I mean, it marks a good starting point for the party. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, with this recognition, ADC has just started. So that's the beginning of the greater things to come. Because I know that everybody has been gearing to move on, but has been somehow, delayed more so by having these people not confirmed as the rightful leaders of ADC at the national level. As for maybe the much we know about him was just when he came in and wanted to contest for his presidential election, but it was just much of a distraction. He never came to contest and actually just came in and was just interested in usurping the authority of the party. And he was subsequently dismissed, having found out that he wasn't in the party for good. I had never held any position in the party, just coming in as the presidential candidate. But when we saw he wasn't actually contesting, he even never, the party dismissed him, and he kept on trying to, destabilize the party from outside. So whatever he had been doing before was only by the decision. He was never a member of the party as far as the party is concerned. So we see the development as a welcome development. And now that David Mark has been called upon to call the shots, I believe that the effect of this coalition will from now be felt nationwide. Thank you.
What about, all right, it's okay. What about the Nafi Bala-led faction? Do you think that they will, the agitation or their, attack will die down? Do you think they will accept the recognition by INEC, or they will still fight on and say, no, that this has to do with the internal affairs of the party, that INEC is intruding and should not intrude and should steer clear of any party affairs? So what do you think would be the reaction of the Nafi Bala-led faction?
The issue is that the young man is only, as I said, the young man is not actually, is just there to cause a kind of bring about this disruption of the party. And of course, you must note that these things are being sponsored. I don't know how he can just come up and begin to make claims of faction and rest of them when we even have other deputy chairmen acceding to, because in ADC we have deputy chair, national chairman, legal, deputy national chairman, operations and the rest of them. But then this young man who claims to be a national deputy chairman of what I don't even know, is just claiming to be to have a faction, and is just claiming, to be the one that should take over from Wosu. When Wosu, the national chairman, resigned with other national chairmen, with other national officers, including former deputy national chairmen, they all resigned, and he's just being sponsored. So whether he accepts it or not, I think the umpire, the authority that handles the elections, that actually recognizes who is who in the electoral process, has already acknowledged and approved David Mark. And of course, you must know that before giving such approval, they must have carried out its investigations and found out that the other man is only just being mischievous. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, whatever noise he will wish to make, he will only still be playing the script of his masters, who want to do everything humanly possible to forestall this movement that is coming up to challenge the bad governance of APC. So whatever action he intends to do will not stand. So that's the way I look at it. He has no locus operandi. He has nothing like that.
All right, sir.
So thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for the answer. You know, some parties in the ADC, some party accused the David Mark-led ADC of sidelining key players of the coalition. And, you know, for us to have a very formidable opposition, we have to carry everyone alone. Do you think the David Mark-led ADC is capable of carrying all the parties along to ensure a very, very strong opposition, considering the fact that you're facing a very formidable government, a party that has everything and they have the presidency?
Yes, of course. If we look at the antecedents of David Mark, you will know that the man has the wherewithal. He has what it takes to actually be able to ensure that everybody is carried along. Basically, those people claiming that it's not carrying everybody along, that is their own thinking. But then we must note that while we are talking about parties, yes, we have parties that are into coalition. We even have some people that actually disagreed on joining the coalition, even amongst those party members. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those people that are showing some, that are agitating and saying that they are not being carried along, maybe those that are maybe used or that are used to destabilize what is what is going on. And also, as I said, the journey has just started with the approval given to the current David Mark and his group. The job has just started. And mark you that in any case of coalition of this nature, there's bound to be, some misgivings. Therefore, it is natural. And as far as I'm concerned, when such a coalition comes into force, the level of problems that will be expected, is even minimal, because David Mark and his group are taking their time to make sure that whatever grievances and whatever is reduced to the barest minimum. And I believe that whosoever is sincere or sincerely feeling that he is not being carried along and actually wants to be part of the of the movement will eventually find his bearing, and they will join the force, because David Mark, I know, and going by his antecedents, is never somebody that he takes his time and handles issues as it comes. So I believe that whatever little agitations that are coming up will eventually fizzle out.
Do you think that his development will draw more politicians into the ADC? That politicians outside the ADC would see this as that the ADC has become stable now, that the electoral umpire has stabilized the ADC, that it doesn't have leadership crisis anymore. Therefore, it is now safe to be in. And therefore, the likes of Tito B will now find it attractive to, come in. What do you think?
I wouldn't say Tito B has always been a part of this coalition. That the mere fact that he has not come out to start singing ADC, I look at it as just being strategic. Because I do know that in some of the meetings we attended, he was there. And he has never denied the fact that is a member of ADC. Of course, he is a member of ADC. He hasn't been waiting for David Mark or so to be confirmed before he declared his intentions. So I know we have held several meetings, even where he was present, and he affirmed that he is a member of the ADC. Yes, I quite agree with you that besides P2B that is already a member of ADC, he is into coalition, whether you like it or not. He has always maintained that he is a member of, Labour Party, and that is into coalition. And you can see that it's just very clear the man is with ADC, as he has affirmed in several meetings we held. Therefore, his own is just a settled matter as far as ADC is concerned. But then, as you said, obviously, some people that have been on the fence, waiting to see actually whether the Mark-led leadership of the ADC will be approved by INEC, have now seen it. I know that more people will now come in. And when you come in, you need to queue in, you need to key into what is happening and find your level possibly, waiting for the time maybe the party will go for national convention, which I know definitely will come sometime in future. So I think that is when everything will get, if you like, water will get its level. So there is nothing wrong with that. ADC is actually prepared. And I'm happy we have level-headed individuals at the helm of affairs. So I believe they will pilot the affairs of the party creditably. And at the end of the day, we shall all be happy for it, because what ADC is talking about is that what is going on, if we allow it in this country to go, then Nigeria might become a history, because we never have we seen things as it were today. So there is need to salvage this country, and that is what ADC has come out to do. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's take it back to you. Mr. Due Process, Mr. Akor Christian, what's your take on this ADC recognition?
It's a welcome development. It's long overdue, and it's part of the bureaucracy that we have in our system. In a situation where the NEC was concluded long ago, but this development is coming up after about 3 months before effecting leadership change. It shows that the country is affected by a lot of red tapeism and unnecessary bureaucracy. I see no reason why it should take INEC 3 months to effect changes in leadership. And you understand the NEC was conducted at about May, and already this is September. So, but in any case, it has been effected at the end of the day, so it's a welcome development. But my problem is the way and manner the outgone chairman has handled the transition process. He went about it without carrying major players who have brought about this whole coalition, which is COPDEM. COPDEM was very involved in building the ADC structure nationwide. And as I speak to you, the MOU has not been respected. So that is my sentiment, that Chief Okenwosu has not really been fair to his conscience the way he has treated COPDEM. That's my submission.
Right. Well, on this particular topic, what I will add is the fact that the ADC has to do more, because we have PDP now in the picture. We also have NNPP in the picture. We have Labour Party in the picture. of the opposition parties. So if they want to be the main and major opposition come 2027, they should iron all their problems before 2026, so that maybe, politics is a game. If PDP, Labour Party, and NNPP are convinced that the ADC is the best option, they will collapse their structure and join them. As they said, the first phase of the coalition is among individuals, not parties. So for you to convince other political parties to join the coalition, they have to see things on ground working. And one of the most important things is leadership, carrying everyone along and making sure that nobody is being sidelined. So that's my advice to them, and let them bring a new system that will serve Nigerians. Let it not be a coalition for power grabbing, as we had in the APC. They came together to grab power, and once they get the power, no one, Nigerians, they don't even care about the well-being of the Nigerian people. So I am hoping that this coalition is different from the coalition we had 2015. So that's what I have to say.
The issue of COPDEM, which my co-discussant raised. As a matter of fact, I think what actually is happening is really regrettable. I am one of them, though not a COPDEM member, but I feel that an agreement is an agreement, an understanding is an understanding. However, I will call upon COPDEM leadership, because I know the much their contributions, COPDEM members, to even putting the ADC, strengthening the ADC as it were, even before the entire coalition. But I will say that the COPDEM should not feel so, worn out about the whole thing. The leadership, I believe, currently of ADC, I believe may be more, or certainly will be more understanding, and this issue can be taken up with them. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, in politics, everybody is needed, particularly a group that has been part that came in and helped to strengthen ADC before the final coalition. So my advice is that COPDEM leadership should endeavor to meet with the leadership of ADC, table some of these things. It has to do with either give and take. It's always give and take.
Okay. Mr. Christian.
Yes, like you have said, COPDEM has always done what it needs to do. We've exhausted all available options of negotiation. As a matter of fact, the new national chairman, Senator David Mark, acknowledged receipts of COPDEM letter about the neglect COPDEM has suffered in the ADC. And he ended up referring the letter to the former national chairman, because we cannot blame him anyway, because he's not in the know. And the former national chairman that is supposed to give him the proper briefing failed to do so. So it's a deliberate attempt by Chief Okenwosu to suppress COPDEM. He suppressed COPDEM as not being part of the coalition. That's the challenge COPDEM faces in this whole coalition measure. And if COPDEM is to take it up legally, the whole coalition will collapse. Because in the first instance, before ADC should even have gone into any major talk, based on the MOU signed, COPDEM is supposed to have 5 representatives from national down to ward. COPDEM is supposed to have representative to agree to whatever terms and conditions being entered with any third party that is joining the ADC. And of course, you agree with me that the entire coalition discussions were done without COPDEM involvement. So that is a blatant abuse of the MOU. The MOU have not been seen to be implemented by Chief Okenwosu in any way, whereas COPDEM has gone about to implement her own side of the MOU by setting up the structure. As a matter of fact, even the Directorate of Mobilization that was set up and handled by COPDEM, which has been very effective, has not even been acknowledged by Chief Okenwosu in the scheme of things. We see them setting up a fresh Directorate of Mobilization in the ADC. So there's nothing that was signed in the MOU that have been implemented by Chief Okenwosu before, during, and after the handing over process. So he went ahead to even brandish that COPDEM can go to hell. So that's the way we are. And should COPDEM decide to trigger legal options, it will not go down well with the coalition.
No, that's quite sad. It has been an interesting conversation. I would love to hear more of that, but thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim. And Mr. Christian Ako, convener and Due Process Integrity Vanguard. It is nice to have you on the program. Thank you for your contribution and time.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right. Viewers, this is where we come to the end of today's session of DDM Morning Show. We shall be back here again tomorrow to give you another edition. I am Tochukwu Raphael. Do ensure to subscribe to DDM TV, like our videos, make your comments on the topics we discuss, and share them widely. Goodbye.